Ralph Waldo Emerson was one of the few great thinkers in the 19th century. He started a philosophical movement called Transcendentalism. Ralph Waldo Emerson was born on May 25, 1803 in Boston, Massachusetts. He was son of Ruth Haskins and Reverend William Emerson. His name came from his mother's brother Ralph and his father's great-grandmother Rebecca Waldo. He was one of the 8 children of his parents.
Ralph's father died from stomach cancer on May 12, 1811, right before Emerson's birthday. Ralph was raised by his mother and other females in the family. His aunt, Mary Moody Emerson, had a big influence on him. After going to Boston Latin School in 1812, Emerson attended Harvard.
In his early career, Emerson was a schoolmaster in a school for young women that his brother once owned. In 1836, Emerson released his first book, Nature. This was the beginning of Emerson's career.
Emerson was not a writer like Edgar Allan Poe was, or a theorist like Immanuel Kant, but he was a leader of a new type of philosophy in the U.S. Emerson believed that peace could only be found in your inner self. He was very religious and tied God into all of his essays.
Emerson once said,
"Adopt the pace of nature. Her secret is patience."
He often studied nature up close.
Two of Emerson's major pieces were Nature and Self-Reliance. Both pieces expressed his thought on nature and the way of a man.
Emerson died on April 27, 1882, in Concord, Massachusetts. Emerson influenced another major transcendentalist. His name was Henry David Thoreau. He was born in 1817 and spent the majority of his relatively short life studying Emerson's greatest work.
Henry David Thoreau had the willpower to survive without most people's daily necessities in the middle of nature. He lived on Edward Emerson's property, his best and only friend at the time, called Walden Pond. There, he created his most famous life work, a memorializing story called A Week on the Concord and Merrimack Rivers.
Henry David Thoreau passed away alone at the age of 44 of tuberculosis. He was buried in the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery in Concord, Massachusetts. These men influenced much of American philosophy and thinking in the 19th century. Yeah!